My name is Tyler Lauren. I'm 24 years old and I'm based in Austin, Texas, and this is Financial Audit.
Okay, so this is a follow-up episode. You don't have to see the other follow-up episodes to, this is just going to be like any other audit, but this is your third time coming back. The second time was quite upsetting because you didn't make any progress. Now, I've purposely not looked at a single thing. In fact, we literally just printed this, so who knows what order it's in, because you also just sent it. But I don't know what's up with anything, but I really hope you improved because I've laid out a plan for you once, and I'd say it potentially even got worse. And then we laid out a plan for you again to just slightly improve your life and try to get your life into a better position. I hope you did that. Have you tried to improve your life at all? Financially speaking, of course.
No.
Why? Why possibly?
So I started a new job and I was working at a restaurant, and unfortunately I got fired yesterday. It was very upsetting. Yesterday. But I am doing side hustles.
Sorry.
I am doing side hustles, and I'm going to obviously look for another position. It was a really good...
Why were you fired? Because fired is fired.
So, like, downtown is very... But it's just really hard to park. It's really hard to find parking.
Not really, but go ahead.
Well, just that area they make it really hard for you to park.
No, they don't, but go ahead.
It's like $40.
Okay, it costs money, but it's not hard to park because there's like a billion parking lots or parking garages. I've never had an issue finding places to park, but yes, it's expensive. Go ahead.
Right. I refuse to pay $40 a day just to go to work. That's ridiculous.
Sure. Okay.
And so they fired me because I was late a few times, like around like maybe 5-10 minutes late twice. And then I had a little personal breakdown one day, and I had an unexcused absence. And then the last one. Did you
call and tell them something was happening? Like you could have said, like we're sick or something. And I know that's hard during a breakdown situation if it's a mental health crisis, but.
Right. I told them the day of, so they didn't. They still account that as unexcused.
Okay. So they fired. Did you explain the parking thing?
Yes, I explained the parking.
What did everyone else do that you worked with? Because obviously everyone else had to deal with what you were dealing with.
I honestly didn't ask them, but so the last straw. So I arrived. I clocked in at 5, so I won't be late, and I ended up going to park my car. And that took about 30 minutes to find the parking because the lines are ridiculous. And I wanted to go to the Marriott to park. But the line was really long. The valet is too long to do.
Where in downtown was this?
Where in downtown? It's on Cesar Chavez.
Okay. Like how close to, I'm sorry for people who are not from here, but I just want to understand some logic. How close to like Congress?
Like 5 minutes, maybe less than that.
So it's like right there.
Pretty much right there, yeah.
Okay, I know a parking garage 3 blocks from there where you can park for about $7 through the middle of the night, every single night.
Yeah, I just refused to pay because...
Oh, you said you refused to pay $20. But
or
now...
anything. I refused to pay anything to go to
Why'd you get this job then? Because you were in an area that requires parking.
I had no idea I had to pay for parking. So they would... So the
How long have you been in Austin?
4 years.
You didn't know you had to pay to park downtown?
I never go downtown.
Okay. So when did you start this job? How long ago?
It's been 4 weeks. I only was working there for 4 weeks.
I was going to say, okay, if you learned that immediately, I'd be upset if like multiple days in a row someone wasn't showing up. Now, I would try to work with them based on their situation. And then, of course, mental health crisis. So that's not something I would fire someone for. But, of course, if someone was like consistently late, and the logic wasn't as sound.
It was only twice, literally.
I know, but twice in 4 weeks. If it was twice in 6 months, this would be a different conversation.
Right.
But it was twice in 4 weeks. So every other week you were late at least once. So
the last thing that I said, so I know I wasn't supposed to do this, but it's the only way so I wouldn't show up late. So I went in the alleyway, and I clocked in at 5, and then I went to go park my car, and that took about 30 minutes because I wanted to get the free parking. So I had to wait in line.
How much were you making at this job? What was your hourly, or what was your position to start with?
So it's hosting. I wanted to do bar back.
Okay.
They lied to me. I went up there and I said, "Oh, I want to do bar back." And I was going up there for the interview, and then the lady says, "Oh, we're not hiring for bar back." Then why did you tell me to come? So I ended up just taking the hosting because I was like, I liked the spot. It was really nice. I liked it. It was very flexible, and
Okay. How much were you making?
14 plus tips.
Okay. So for the pay of, and how many hours were you working each shift?
8 hours.
Okay. So though I don't like that it was a thing, I'm not like actively cheering it on.
Right.
For just a half an hour, you could have parked the entire shift for just a half an hour of the pay.
What do you mean?
You said you made 14 an hour plus tips. For just half of that, I personally know a parking garage where you could have parked your entire shift for the pay of what equals a half an hour before tips. You could have done that, and you could have had this job for as long as you wanted.
Right. I didn't really have a whole lot to even pay for parking. That's why, because I didn't get paid till the third week.
Well, that's...
You know how most jobs
fair.
you have to wait 3 weeks
Well,
to get paid.
no, I get that, but so you didn't have $7?
No, because it was complicated. Like I had a transfer. I was negative.
You were negative?
I'm negative on another account. And
Dude, we were supposed to fix this. I gave you very clear ways to get out of this situation. Well, sorry, we went down a rabbit hole with this job, and I can definitely understand. Okay, so maybe we haven't worked in a bit, and we're going into a new job. We don't have the money to park at the beginning. Like, I don't find it excusable that you wouldn't be able to park eventually, but okay, at the beginning, and you're not being paid. And most businesses in downtown area now, this is a restaurant, so maybe it's not a thing, but hopefully they voucher, but wasn't a thing. I would have talked to your coworkers about what you're doing. Plus tips. Don't you get tipped out nightly?
Like they didn't hand it to me, but it was on my check.
Okay, so it got included in the check. Gotcha. Okay.
I'm guessing
because that depends on the place as well. But either way, we went down the rabbit hole of that restaurant. Why the did you possibly not follow my plan? Why
with the car? Because I refused.
The car was just a fraction of it. The fact that you're negative in your accounts again, when I laid out very concrete plans that, though required sacrifice, were still quite easy in the grand scheme of things.
You had to pay to get stuff off your credit.
What? What are you talking about? In your checking accounts, I gave you very clear methods so that you never had to be negative in your checking accounts again. Why are you negative again?
So I got approved.
This is so disappointing. Dude, I wanted you to do so well. And I hope I hope you're not setting an example for other people who are on this show, and this will probably be the last follow-up we do until you actually make some progress in your life. But I mean, this is so sad. Are you not sad about this? I'd be devastated. I am devastated. I shouldn't care about your situation more than you do. And you've put no actions behind getting better. We haven't even looked at any accounts yet, but you've put no actions behind trying to get better.
I'm being very positive. I've been praying. I'm trying to open up a business and doing side hustles that I found out about.
Okay, and I can't speak on theology all the best, but there is isn't there something in there that says prayer without action is essentially stupid, said in Caleb Hammer words?
Oh, I've done some of the action.
Okay, but have you? The action that I said? You're doing the actions that you think are best instead of following what is proven to actually work?
To be honest, I the only thing that I remember that we went over is mostly
Remember, you could have watched the video. You could have watched it any time. Or you could have asked me.
Right.
So, you have no job right now?
I'm actually doing a cleaning service.
Okay. How many hours are you working with them?
Hardly none, but it's better than nothing.
Well, sure. How many hours?
It's on call. So if they post a job, then you accept
through a
it,
service,
or you don't accept
Oh, this
it.
is one of those like hire a maid type things. It's not like you're working for a company where they have cleanings ongoing that are scheduled and they send cleaners out.
Yeah, I refused to do that because then I had.
Well, you refused to do a lot of things, and guess what? That made you lose a job. So how about we stop refusing things and we act like an adult?
I just want to be flexible to do the things that I like. I don't
give a shit about the things you like. I like you not being negative in your checking account. We can do things we like when we're in a better position. What's the point of this? What's the point of Okay. Nope, I'm not gonna. I don't want to be.
I'm staying positive.
Okay, positive is fine. Positive is fine, and there's definitely a time and place. And in general, I like that attitude. But there's also reality. Like, just being positive about your situation, which is clearly a bad situation, is just ignorance.
Like a lot of research and slowly doing the action.
Very slowly research, because it's been 6 months and you've done none of the action. So what's the research?
Research on side hustles, stuff like that.
How many hours a week are you working at this place?
Minimum to none. Like I took the first.
Minimum to none is not a number. Give me a number. How many hours a week are you working on average at this place?
Like 2 hours.
Okay, then that's not a job, dude. That's not a job.
Well, because I'm doing that for now because I literally just got fired yesterday. Yeah. So I did the job actually the next day.
And that's the job that we had to make this earlier than I wanted to because you had to go to it, right? The job you got fired from?
Right, yeah.
Oh, jeez. Well, I am sorry that you got fired. I would obviously never want anyone fired. I understand why you got there, but
it was so bad. Like when they were talking to me, they treated me like I did a crime. They said I'm never allowed in the building. I swear. They're like,
I'd like to hear their side before I make any quick judgments, but okay. I want to take a quick moment to thank today's video sponsor, Factor. Factor is the perfect meal delivery service for people who are very busy, like me, who have very particular taste buds, like me. Their team of gourmet chefs create each meal using only the freshest ingredients that meet your nutrition goals. The meals are never frozen and they're dietitian approved. So if it fits in your 50-30-20, say goodbye to meal prepping and standing in those long lines at the grocery store. For me, as I've talked about on the show multiple times, I like to eat. And dieting has been a really hard part of my life, especially when it comes to just being so busy with this YouTube thing. Ever since Factor and I have made contact, I've been enjoying their meals on an almost daily basis. It makes my days so much easier when I don't have to worry about prepping everything to cook when I'm thinking about work pretty much all day. And it's also healthy. So if you're noticing me be a little more lean, thanks to Factor. Whether you're into keto, calorie smart, chef's choice, or vegan and veggie, they've always got you covered with delicious seafood, meat, and plant-based meals. You can even partner your meals with add-ons like proteins, juices, energy bites, veggie sides, and desserts. These add-ons also come in plant-based and keto diets too. Just choose your favorite dishes and they'll deliver it right to your doorstep. And if you're just too busy to even choose your meal, Factor can customize your order based on your taste preferences and meal history. So head to factor75.com or use the link at the top of the description below and use code HAMMER50 to get 50% off your first meal. That's code HAMMER50 to get 50% off at the link in the description below.
And then I use, so they written me, maybe I probably would still had it, but I actually, because I'm having issues with just phone and paying for things that like I had to switch phones with my boyfriend. It's literally insane. But
yeah, speaking of that,
like I used their iPad to text someone and they're like, oh, we were going to write you up because you're using company property. So I forgot to delete it.
So to be clear, you're working 2 hours a week right now.
What?
That's your life. You're working 2 hours a week right now. As of today. Because you got fired yesterday. That's your life is 2 hours a week right now. So we clearly need to go get another job to replace this job immediately. Have you applied to a bunch just starting last night? And this morning, have you applied to a bunch of different positions, maybe being a waitress, hostess, bar thing, whatever?
Yes, a million. And so I've actually was like sleeping in my car at one point, and then I actually found a live-in nanny position. She ended up letting me live there. And she's paying me on the weekends. So, I didn't even mention that. She's paying me on the weekends to watch her kids. And on the weekdays, I have time to basically do whatever I want. I have another job.
You live there?
I live there
all the time?
all the time.
So your rent is nothing?
Rent is nothing.
That's awesome. That's good because that puts you in a position where you can start making progress on things. Now, what is this? Tell me what this is. You sent like...
that might be like mine. I think that's mine. Does it say Chase on there?
It looks like it's from Chase.
Because I mostly don't use that account.
These screenshots.
Screenshots, yeah. I just cropped out the...
I told you not to send screenshots.
Because
I don't know
it's
what
on
order
my
things
app.
are. I know. That's why I said go to a computer and download the PDFs. Okay. Okie dokie. See, I don't even know what this
Does it say the date on it?
Yes, but I can't see the start of the statement. Oh, this is so out of order. Okay, here we go. Okay. This is the statement. You just didn't download the PDF version. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Beginning balance -$5. And you had the job at the time. There is no excuse. There is no excuse.
The restaurant or the one before?
I don't... Dude, this was just over 2 months ago. No, it was like a month and 2.5 weeks ago. If you had just lost your job and went through, a bunch of crazy stuff and you came in here for the first time, I'd say, okay, boom, that's a bad situation. Let's get out of it. You have been here twice, and I have shown you how to get out of this. Why'd you start with a negative balance in your checking account in May?
In May. Yeah, it's been like that for a while.
Why? Why'd you not fix it?
Cash.
Can you just tell me why you have not fixed anything?
Fixed anything like name, like a name, name it.
Huh?
Like what do you mean?
I've showed you how to manage your money and not be negative in a checking account ever again, and yet we are negative in a checking account. Why have you not fixed that? Why have you done nothing to fix that?
I'm not sure.
That's not an answer. That is not an answer. Because I want to help you. You have no idea how bad I wanted you to do well. You have no idea. And that's why I'm so upset right now. And I am kind of upset at you because you did not take the actions to do it. Usually I'm just upset at the situation. But in this case, I am a little upset at you as well. And I'm upset at the fact that I clearly care more about your well-being than you care about yourself. And I don't know what I'm supposed to do. What can I do to help you? This is just sad. I'm just sad.
I just don't want to talk about the car, though, because I have to keep the car in order to get places.
You don't, but we've already been over that, and you can take the bus. We already talked about that. Insert the clip now.
And then how would I get to work?
Use the $9,000 and the $6,000 bus. You are busing until you save up $10,000.
How would I get to work?
Bus.
Without a car?
You ride the bus.
Oh, the bus?
Yes. You can take the bus, but you decided no.
Oh, no.
I want
no bus. I've been taking the bus my whole life. I refuse.
You refuse to have a financial future. You refuse to have a financial presence. Present. Refuse. You said refuse. I refuse to pay to park in a city where you have to park.
Pay to park?
I don't know whether
to go to your own job.
Whether something is should is a completely different conversation. I don't go over what should be, what should not be. You go change that by voting and stuff like that, and that can be a conversation in different places. It would be irresponsible of me to sit on this table and be like, well, I wish this, I wish this, I wish this. Okay, that's your situation. No, here's the situation we are in, and here's the realities of how to deal with that in our current structure. And the structure is you do have to pay, and you actively chose not to. The reality is you could have taken the bus, you could have gotten rid of the car, and you could be in a future or a present situation where you're not negative in your checking account, and you actively refused not to.
I can't wait with the car. I can't sell that car.
What do you mean you can't sell that car?
So basically the car is like what they're charging me is worth less.
Yes,
than I can sell it for.
I know now. When we originally talked, if you got rid of it at that time, it would have been a different story. But you decided to f*** yourself.
What about I'll do Uber.
You drive Uber?
Well, I'm trying to do Uber, but my engine light is on. So I had to do the inspection and all of that.
And?
They said if your engine light is on, so I had to get registered again because it's past the date. It says like June on my car. So I had to get it registered again. So I did get my car insurance. I I had car insurance through the car company, but they told me I had to get a secondary, so I never got it. Most places won't accept that first insurance.
What? What is this insurance that you possibly have? Do you mean like
it's to do
warranty?
Uber, yeah. So I just got the car insurance because I know Uber makes pretty good money. So
it can, depending, but dude. All right, well, you started negative. You cash apped out $140. Who knows where that went? Cashed app out $138. Who are you cash apping to pay bills? You live for free.
My boyfriend.
But you live for free. What bills is he paying? Why are you paying?
Like I had to send it on his card to pay for the bills, like my car payment.
Huh?
Food.
Why are you paying him to pay for your car payment?
Because my account's negative. It's when it's negative on another account, it won't let me like use it, which is stupid.
What?
It will not let me use the card when I'm negative on another account.
You wouldn't be negative on this account if you didn't send out $145, $138. Does that not make sense? There's like some basic math here.
I'm bad at math. I failed math.
Okay, this is like second grade math though. It's
sorry.
not funny to me. This isn't funny to me. A negative checking account
hardest.
is not funny. I understand you want to be positive, but you're also just not acknowledging your situation, which means you're not willing to do anything about your situation. And this is making me feel nothing but just devastation, and I should not be feeling that more than you. Empower, $8. What's that?
It's a cash advance.
Oh, it's not funny.
I know it's really annoying. Just crap that I'm going through is really annoying.
Cash App, so much Cash App. And then some Cash App came in. Then we're doing...
Like my...
Tyler,
family.
What the This
sorry.
is not funny.
I'm not laughing at... It's just...
Listen. This is going to be the last time I ever say it. And then we will probably never see each other again if you're not going to improve your situation. Because at this point, I'll feel like I'm just talking to a brick wall. And I'm going to allow other people to use this time who want to improve their situations. But this is the last time I'm going to say this. This episode is. If you are negative in your checking account, you cannot afford a $17 McDonald's DoorDash delivery. You cannot afford that.
That's my dumb boyfriend.
You immediately deflected and tried to make an excuse and blame it on someone else. Are you ever going to take responsibility for anything?
Yes.
Are you? So will you do $17 McDonald's DoorDash deliveries again?
No. I don't want to order DoorDash. I want to actually, so now that I'm living there, she has a stove and everything, where I was living, there's no stove. So I can cook. So I can go to the grocery store, buy like small meals, and it can last for like 2 weeks or, so I don't have to buy anything out.
Chicken Express, we're spending $15.46. Wendy's, Chipotle, $22 at Chipotle. You cannot afford this. You're not affording to live.
Oh, that's also, when I wasn't living at the lady's house though. So I had to eat out. You
know what is going to piss me off though? You're not willing to pay $7. And again, it sucks. I'm not saying, woo, that's great that you have to pay to park to go to your job. I'm not saying it does. But you're refusing, in your own words, to pay $7 so that you can go make 15 plus tips 8 hours a night, yet you will go spend $22 on Chipotle.
I promise you it's not $7.
I promise you it is. That's the place I parked to get over to the locations you're at. You're right. If you go park on Rainy Street, it's going to be like $40. But you don't work on Rainy Street. You told me where you work.
Do you know where Caesar Chav? I don't know.
Yes, I know. The downtown area is where...
It's either if it's not extremely far, the one across.
You would have to walked about 4 blocks, but that's worth it.
For $7?
Yes.
Oh,
4 or 5 blocks.
I only just did the ones that.
Or you could have just listened to me and got a bus pass and took the bus. But
my dad actually works for Metro, and I can get a free one. But I kept losing the card.
Well, that's just really gonna piss me off. Then I'm sorry. I promise I am not trying to shame you or anything like that. I know some negative people think that that's the intention of the show, which is kind of gross. But It's because I'm pissed that I care about your situation more than you do. Chicken Express again.
But that's when I was living in my car, so I had to eat out.
Oh, how long do you live in your car? Okay, that's a different conversation.
2 months.
Wow, so you were homeless for 2 months?
Because I didn't want to live in Louisiana. So I was living in Louisiana for 4 months. I didn't like it. I hated it. I can't get nowhere. I can't meet nobody. Can't talk to people. Network. So I moved. I
Louisiana.
Moved.
Wait, what was up with Louisiana? Because last time you lived in Austin, did you go to Louisiana for a bit?
Yeah, that's why I haven't talked to you, because I moved to Louisiana and I was there for 4 months, and I was working at a casino, but they lied to me and talking about like you're gonna make $22 an hour, and ended up only making $12
hold on. Now that you've said
hour.
the last two places have lied at you, I'm immediately starting to become skeptical.
These jobs and managers always lie to you. Corporate America lies. They lie to you.
Okay, not that I'm saying they don't, but everything I'm hearing is just pushing the blame on other people except for yourself. Everything so far. You have not once taken responsibility for anything. But I'm very sorry you experienced homelessness. That is something I would never wish anyone. I can't think of someone I dislike a lot right now off the top of my head. And even if there was someone that I like truly hated, I wouldn't want them to be homeless. And I'm so sorry you went through that. I am so sorry. And there is reasons in here where I'm sure, okay, in a hungry situation, I get it. I would still obviously rather. Oh, did you take advantage of some local resources, some food pantry situations?
Well, I was actually, so my boyfriend worked at the casino and I was working at the casino. So we were living in the cabin. You're probably going to think, we were living in this cabin for free. And, we were wasting the money. Obviously we were wasting the money for 4 months, and we're living rent free.
What's up with your boyfriend?
He's getting better though.
Is he an enabler of you?
Huh? No, definitely no. I used to be married and everything. I divorced. He was very, very, very controlling. Didn't let me do anything. I couldn't even work out.
But this guy though, blowing the money and stuff like that, is he a good influence in your life?
I think. I don't know yet.
How long have you guys been together?
7 months.
Oh, okay. Burger King, Chicken Express.
But I mean, who would there would be no guy that I would know that would come live within the car with me. They'll be like, no.
He lived in the car with you?
Yeah. He can literally go to his mom's house and live there.
You guys were making some money.
Yeah.
And of course there are Section 8 can take a while to get into, and there are other resources and stuff like that. Where were you all prioritizing your money at that time?
He was definitely mostly the one blowing the money. Like,
what about your money?
I did some stuff. I feel like the number one money blower is food.
So why were you prioritizing food over a place to live, potentially?
Why was I say that again?
Why were you prioritizing food over a place to live, potentially?
I don't know how to answer that.
You also prioritized your car, because your car is
that's why. Yeah,
your car is the cost of a month's rent at a place.
Yeah, I had to make sure that I'm always like, car payment. It's like that's the number one thing on my mind all the time. It's really annoying.
Then you ended the next month negative as well. So you're always paying all these extra fees because you're just ending negative, and yet we're still going to Starbucks and McDonald's and other things.
Because I feel because I'm going through that situation, like I need something to make me happy.
When did you move into this person's place? When did you move into this person's place?
The cabin?
No, the place that the lived-in place that you're at right now.
So I feel like it's been probably a month. Yeah.
So within that month, okay. Now you have a joint checking account with your boyfriend?
No, I don't.
Why'd you send me his?
It's just another account because I used that account.
His account?
Yeah, we do not have a joint account. I don't agree.
How do you use this?
Like Apple Pay for anything, and then of course he doesn't have his card. He lost his card, and then if you order another one, then you gotta wait for it, and then you can't make purchases. I don't know. I mean, I think you can maybe with Apple Pay, but it makes it kind of difficult. Like,
So this is his money. You're spending his money.
Generally, when I came here, I was working first, and then he got a job.
This account, whose money is in this account that you are spending?
Let's see. I would say, yeah, his money then.
And he's okay with you spending his money. What does he do for work?
I don't know if I want to say it on here. Home Depot.
Oh, that's fine. There shouldn't be any issue with that. But we can cut that if you want. There shouldn't be an issue. Do you want that cut?
Well, yeah. Is that okay to say that?
Yeah.
I just don't want to be too personal.
No, there's like a trillion Home Depots, and we've never said his name. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Home Depot. Yeah.
So oh my gosh, this is just crazy.
I've been dating him since December. So.
Cash apps in and out, and just some taquitos. DoorDashing. We're still DoorDashing.
Like
is there even a point of looking at his account?
Payments for DoorDash.
It's negative. It's going out.
Oh, it's going out. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I would, yeah.
That one's also negative. There's lots of DoorDashing. So, whatever. I don't even know if there's a point of looking through that. Does it even make sense for me to lay out a plan for you?
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah.
Will you follow it?
I would try. I mean, I don't know how to. It's just because I feel like the plans that you're giving me, I had to spend something in order to like. I don't know. I feel like I have to spend some, like my credit. I have because my ex-husband ruined my credit, and I owe like $6,000 in what is it called? Apartments. What is it called?
Yeah.
Like apartments on my credit, $6,000.
Go ahead and bring up your Credit Karma if you can. Yeah, 472 credit score. Okay, we've been through this credit a few times. This phone is fucked up. How? How did it get this messed up?
I dropped it once.
That was a single drop?
Single drop. It was like I was in bed and there was like a sheet and I was trying to find it. Dropped and then the case broke. So.
Your payment history is 0%. You haven't made a single payment. Tom.
I want to make a payment. I was going to start making payments at this job, but then... Yeah.
You need to go get a job anywhere in Austin. So, okay.
I can't make $14 an hour, even though that was $14 an hour there, but it was tips though.
You can't make $0 an hour, which is what you're making now.
I had to make enough to be able to afford my car payment though.
You're making 0, which is less than 14 right now. So go get another job. You should have got rid of this car, dude. This just shows what a car purchase can do. How it can just ruin you when you get you were taken advantage of.
Yeah, I didn't know what APR meant. When I saw 25, I was like, I didn't know what that meant.
So, Phoenix Recovery at 4,200.
I just knew that they would approve me. Sorry, I didn't know.
Well, Phoenix Recovery 4,200. So we have that in collections, 523 in collections, 421 in collections.
So one apartment.
Did your car go into collections? Because it doesn't even recognize you having a car at this point, a car loan.
Well, I make my payments late sometimes, so I don't know if that's an issue. But I make...
You know this car could get taken from you.
Oh, yeah, I know, but I've been making the payments.
Have you? Because it's not even... Okay.
Yeah, well, I make the payments. It's just sometimes it's late. Okay,
let's see if cut yourself on this phone. Dynamic motors. Okay, here we go. 13,333. 13,030.
Can I say something? Like, does this make sense? So the apartment is on my credit, but I had a divorce decree saying that it will get removed. I called the collections company. They said, well, they will not accept that. That is total bull.
Have you contacted the credit bureaus?
No, I
contact the credit.
Only
do you have a physical piece of paper or whatever, a document that says from a court of law?
Yes.
Okay. Contact the credit bureaus. Look them up. There's 3 of them. Contact them and give them this information. The collections. They're just trying to make money.
Yeah.
Contact them. Seriously, contact them.
Credit bureau, like
the credit bureaus. There are credit bureaus. Like for example, there's TransUnion. Okay, the 3 credit bureaus are TransUnion, Experian, Equifax. So, contact them.
Okay.
Show them that. And then collections. If you have a court order saying you, like, again, I don't know if I can even believe everything I'm hearing.
No, I swear to you, like I caught.
No, I know, but I want to make sure you understand. Even first, I want to make sure you even understand what it is. But either way, what's the car that you have? Year, make, model.
2014 Kia Sorento. I don't know if I think it's 6 cylinders, but when it goes more specific, I don't know.
How is it? Any damage?
So my boyfriend just hit something the other day. I've never gotten a car accident.
How bad is it?
So there's a scratch and there's like a tiny piece that came off. He said he hit an animal or something. Like a deer, I think. I don't know. Pretty weird, but. He was just making extra trips that night.
Does he want a financial audit?
Yeah. I told him, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. He might be someone. He sounds like someone who needs to get audited. Because I think you guys are almost acting like you're a married couple. Sharing everything, having all this stuff. And though I would advise completely against that, I don't think I can convince you not to. I think I need you guys to be on the same page and almost get out of these debts and just get to a better place together.
He actually has no credit, so I feel like I should be able to get somewhere.
Yeah, but you guys still spend more money than you have. Is he living with you?
Yeah.
He's living for free.
Yeah.
There's no reason now. Is that him?
Yeah.
You guys are a cute couple.
Thank you.
Like, very nice couple. I want a better future for you guys. Please want it more than I do. Before that wreck and stuff like that, I think you could have sold this car on private sale.
If I can sell more than 8,000,
you should be able to. I'm seeing like an average selling of like 8,500. I'm seeing some go all the way up to 12,000. Pull that up again. Sorry. Can you unlock that?
Credit Karma?
Yeah.
Like when they say it's 15,000, is that kind of like a lie because of interest? It's more than 15,000, right?
What is?
You know how, like if it's 15, say the car is
What are you
15,
saying?
So it's like 15,000, how much it is, and
how much what is?
The car.
No, it's 13,033 is what you owe.
So that's the exact price.
No
interest.
What are you talking about?
So I feel like so it's been a year or a couple months.
What is that $15,000 number? Just assign that to something. What is it that you just said?
How much the car is worth.
Worth?
I mean, how much they're charging me for.
I think that was your original purchase price, potentially.
Yeah, but I'm saying, is it kind of like more than that? Because I saw something in statement saying 25,000 because of overtime.
Yes, okay,
interest.
That's probably what it is. Yeah. Yes, because your interest rate is disgusting, death, absolute like pits of.
Yeah.
Kia Sorento EX V6, Kia Sorento Limited V6, LX 46.
Does it say
SX.
what it looks like? That's the part I don't know.
They all look the same.
And I think it's 6 cylinder.
Those were the 6-cylinder ones. You just don't know which one beyond that?
Yeah.
So you owe $13,033. What's the interest rate on this thing again? 25%?
Something, yeah, 25.
What's your monthly payment minimum?
600.
600.
600. And you put 1,000 on the video.
Well,
it's not 1,000.
No, it was because you financed your down payment, but that's done. Oh, don't tell me you forgot that. You said, I'm not willing to work 15.
I'm not willing
to work. I refuse to work for $15 an hour because I can't make my car payment $600 a month. You only need to work 40 hours. Well, I mean, that's a lot because the car payment is too expensive for that income, but you need to work 40 hours to make that. That should be what your minimum making a week. So you can work $15 an hour. And that's a loving, by the way, to be very clear. So yes, you can work $15 an hour before tips and pay for your car by working 1 week, and then have the other money going towards saving your future and not going negative on checking. I don't think we're going to make any progress here. Okay. Yeah, go ahead. Pull it up. I just need to see what this trade-in value is. And
trust me, my dad talks to me probably worse.
Does your dad know what he's talking about?
Yeah, he thinks.
How's your dad's financial situation?
I think he's in debt.
Well, don't listen to people who are bad with money.
I mean, he does Metro, but he makes like 50 an hour.
I don't care what he makes if his personal finances are not good. What's the mileage on that car?
Ooh, it's really high now. 177.
So it has a little bit of damage now. Where is it?
On the right side.
Front?
So like where the tire is. It's
Front
like
or back?
thing.
Front?
Back. It's that, and then the edge on the side is like a kind of like a scratch. I could have easily sold the car, and now it makes it even harder for me to sell it now because of that dumb.
Yeah, it's gonna be like $5,000.
That's how much it's worth.
Yeah. KBB is a little under typically, especially in the wild car market that we're still dealing with. So maybe 6,000, 7,000, but even still, you're drastically under. Here's the thing. We've been talking for 44 minutes, 46 seconds. I don't know what progress we can make.
I kind of just want to pay the credit stuff off.
This is all you should think about. Maybe I've overcomplicated things in the past. This is it. You live for free right now to work a little bit on the weekends. Okay. I don't want people to track you down. It's not going to get weird. Point to the area on this map off camera. Just point to it where you live. Just the general area of town that you're in. Just point to it on the map. General area that you're in. Down. Well, it's not up. That's north. East is to your right. So you live in that area. I know you live in that area. I actually lived in that area before. Okie dokie. Essentially west side of Austin. Okay, cool. In the west side of Austin, there are lots of rich folk. In the Westlake area, in the Capital Texas area, in the Steiner Ranch area, in the Four Points area, in the Lakeway area, you can go work a job for $15 an hour starting today, I promise. There have been some setbacks in the job market. Honestly, a lot of that stuff is starting to come back anyway, and just based on job numbers. But either way, through all the tech troubles and whatever, I want to take a brief moment to thank today's sponsor, Course Careers. If you want to start a high-paying career in the technologies industry, but you don't have the experience or the degree, Course Careers is here to help. They're replacing college as the modern way people are starting careers, and it's so simple. All you need to do is go through an affordable online course where you learn everything required to actually do the job. Then they help you land a position by partnering with companies who drop their degree and experience requirements to hire Course Careers graduates into entry-level positions and internships. Check out some of their stories of people like Nyla, who went from being a 19-year-old Starbucks barista to making over $60,000 in a remote technology sales career. Or Josh, who went from being a college dropout working in retail to making $140,000 just 6 months after completing Course Careers. So go to CourseCareers.com, which is linked in the description below, to sign up for the free introduction course where you'll learn exactly how you can start a high-paying technology career without a degree or previous experience. And make sure to use the code HAMMER50 to get $50 off on the full course, and all of this is linked in the description below. Thank you again to Course Careers for sponsoring this episode. There is still desperation in the experiences industry, which includes restaurants, to hire. They are dramatically behind workers. You need to go make $15 an hour before or after tips. I don't give a You can go get that job today, I promise, because McDonald's has desperately hiring $15 an hour signs or $16 an hour signs when I go get me some McNugs. So you can go get that. And you are going to work 40 hours a week minimum. Maybe that's at 2 different locations. I don't care.
One thing? I don't like going down. I like going up.
I don't give a shit. Your payment is $0 right now. Anything is up from that.
Like
yes?
The most I've made is 19, so I like to go up.
I don't care. You're making $0 right now. You are making $0 right now. Above that is $1. Above that is $2. Above that is $3. $15 is higher than $0 an hour. I don't care if you want to go up. Right now, you're making nothing. Nothing. Please, Tyler. I just want you to survive. I want you to get out of this car debt. I want you to be able to exist and not be negative in your checking account, please. The fact that you just said this, I want to cut this interview off now because I don't think we're going to make any progress. Literally, the plan I was going to lay out, and this is it, is the most simplistic thing ever. Go work 40 hours a week at a 15 hours job, which you can go get in Austin now, I promise. In just 1 week of earnings before taxes, you will have been able to pay your car payment. Now, you don't have any other expenses because you live for free right now. What you do with that is you just save up a couple months emergency fund, pay on the collections that you cannot get settled with the credit bureaus by showing them the court of law thing, and then literally have a 6-month emergency fund, and then you can start investing 20% of your income, and you can live, honestly, I'd invest 30%, and you can just have fun off the other 70% because you don't have any needs. Does she provide all groceries?
No.
Okay. So you'll have a little bit of needs. And you'll have gas and insurance and other things like that. But your needs category should be still very low. You can spend so much money on fun. But all you have to do now is just go get this other job. And I'm sorry that I know I can be very intense. And I can be very loud. This is my personality. It is not by any means to shame you. It's just because I want you to do so well, and there's no reason you shouldn't have done well at this point. And I'm upset at you for not caring about your future more than I do. Dude, all you have to do is just go get that job with the car you refuse to get rid of. Work 40 hours a week at a couple different jobs. Work more than that, honestly. Save up a 2-month emergency fund. Pay down this car as quick as you can. And you should be able to do that 40 hours a week, doing that, having almost no needs. You should be able to pay this car off in like 6 months.
Actually, I have a job, but it doesn't start till September. It's with the University of Texas of Austin, yeah. But it's like when football season starts, it's every Saturday.
Okay, well, you're going to be working Monday through Friday at another job. Again, 40 hours a week somewhere else. Do that. Bonus money. Anything else you can make to just throw towards this car. You need to be making extra payments on this car. Whatever you save up a 1 to 2 month emergency fund, whatever it costs for you to live, groceries, gas, all that stuff, and debt payments. You save that up. You have that on the side. You never touch that. Then all the money you are making besides your needs, which is just groceries because you're not door dashing, eating out, anything, you are putting that all towards your car on a monthly basis, and this should be paid off in 6 months. There's really no reason to, because your needs is practically nothing. And you should be working 40, 50, honestly 60 hours a week, but at least 40. And a couple different jobs, $15 an hour minimum. Honestly, if it's even lower than that, which really isn't the case in Austin and many little places, that's fine. Just bring in the money, work 14 hours a week. And then...
So use some of it to pay off the debt.
All of it. All of it that is not going to your needs after the 2-month emergency fund goes to paying down the car. The car should be paid off in 6 to 7 to 8 months. And then you save up the rest of the emergency fund, 6 months of what you need. Minimum $10,000, just in case something bad happens to the car and stuff like that. So minimum $10,000 is saved up, or 6-month emergency fund, whatever one's larger. And then at that point, you just invest 20 to 30% of your income. Live off your needs, which are well below 50% of your income. Then you can spend the rest on fun. But just follow what I did. All that's dependent on this is stop. These are the key things you have to change right now. Stop eating out. Stop blaming everyone else. Everything, you did not take responsibility for one thing. You push the blame on everything else. Stop that. Take responsibility for yourself. Go get another job immediately. That's a I love you F word, because I care. I just say a lot. Sorry. So just change those things and you get to live a good life. But I don't want to talk again until you actually start caring about your own life and have the actions behind it. Other than that, there's nothing else to be said. Anything that you could say now would just be an excuse. And I'm sorry that you went through those extra things. I can, like, the fact that you were in your car and stuff like that.
I just wanted to come back to Austin really bad.
No, sure. The fact that you went through that, though, dude, I feel so sorry. And I would never want anyone to go through that. And you should never have to go through that again. Mm-hmm. And I don't want you to. That's why we get an emergency fund. Not having an emergency fund is an emergency. You pay off this debt. You have the emergency fund, minimum $10,000. You shouldn't have to experience that again. And I never want you to. Now it's time to take accountability and actually put actions behind your desire. If you actually desire to live a better life, you will do it. Now go do it. That's the end of the conversation. Anything else will be an excuse.
Should I get a credit union?
I don't give a that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter. Don't look for extra shortcuts. I just laid out the path. Follow the path. It's pretty damn basic. Do that. If you don't, there's really no point. You're just going to be in this endless cycle forever. And that'll just be, that's just a sad way to live that no one should have to live. And you have the choice. And I've given you the path to not live that. What you do from now on is your choice. That's it. For Tyler, it's a devastating situation. She has been through a lot, and there's sympathy to be had there. Absolutely. I just don't want her to make excuses going forward. And I know I can be a lot and pretty intense at times, but this is how I show my emotions when I'm invested in, when I care, because I want her to do better. I just, I really hope she does. I'm not going to have her back on until she does. I will help her along the way via text or phone call or email, whatever it takes. But it's a bad situation, and I personally feel right now pretty upset, to be completely honest. Hammer financial score, obviously, just overall 0 out of 10. Don't even have to break that down. So 0 out of 10 across the board. And yeah, if I didn't care, I just wouldn't say anything. I wanted to have her back on, not knowing what her situation would be like, hoping that it's better, and it wasn't. If anything, it's worse, and I hope she actually improves it and lives a better future. Check out all the resources linked in the description below. I have some paid affiliate links there, and don't forget to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Thanks.